Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Movie Social. We're your hosts, Rick and Steph.
What up, what up, what up?
Today on Movie Social, we're going to be doing a review of the new Netflix movie called Outside the Wire. But before we get into that review, if you like what we're doing on this channel and you want to support us, you can do that by subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and sharing the channel and the video with your family and friends. And before we get into it, I must say, Netflix is doing something very noble here. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's seen it or not. They're now making it known every week, every Friday, they're releasing a new movie. I mean, let's be honest. Before, Netflix didn't always release a movie on a Friday. They might have, if they did a movie that week, could have been on a Thursday, Wednesday, and then had a TV series on a Friday. But they're guaranteeing big movies on a Friday, which is good because looking at that list, a lot of them look good.
Yeah, that preview that we seen, a lot of them didn't really look good. This movie coming out with like Octavia Spencer, I think.
Yeah,
she's like a superhero or something like that.
Her and Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, then you have one with The Rock in it or something like that.
Well, The Rock, I believe it's The Rock. I think Gal Gadot and also Ryan Reynolds all doing it together.
Well, yeah.
And a few of these were supposed to actually be theatrical release movies that Netflix got the rights to due to COVID. So
I mean, they
interesting.
Definitely look good.
And it kicked off with Outside the Wire with Anthony Mackie, and I'm just gonna keep calling him Franklin Saint from Snowfall. But Steph, do you think this is worth people's time?
100%. I enjoyed it from the start to finish. This was a great movie. I love the concept, the acting, just everything about it. I loved it, enjoyed it, 1,000%. Recommend. It is worth your time.
Yeah, it's definitely worth your time. I mean, it's a different approach to a military-ish ways and movie feature type, and honestly, some of it, I'm afraid to see how the future it goes.
Yeah, because
we're seeing this a little too much in these movies now, these type of ways with the military, and I'm like, I will say, let's get rid of all these nuclear weapons ASAP, because who knows? We already had hotbed issues with Orange Face. Who knows what's next? So, for me, this movie took the approach of having robots in the military to a different term. Instead of having people just controlling robots, you had robots alongside with people. Now, something I noticed, and I kind of have a feeling, if this were to be implemented in real life, it would go all kinds of wrong. How those robots were quick to fire before humans were. It was like, okay, small sound, it shot one person already, and then that whole big old standoff in front of the bank.
That's because the way they were programmed, or the Gumps is what they were called.
Yeah.
To me, they were programmed to command certain people, you know, and they don't show, like, they didn't have any awareness
they
of
didn't
situation.
Have what Anthony Mackie's character has.
Yeah, like, awareness of the situation.
They didn't have human compassion and all that.
Yeah, he was, as he stated, a fourth generation biotech, which had a lot.
I'm gonna be honest. I got a feeling some of that stuff's been cooped up in some labs right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
And granted, some of it is okay, some of it's bad.
Oh no. In this case, it was terrible.
Yeah, I would say having full human with certain capabilities of bio tech and all that.
Like a daily,
like you lose a limb or something like that.
Sort of like iRobot.
Yeah.
Because Will Smith lost his arm or something happened to him.
Yeah, and Cyberpunk.
Oh, yeah, okay. See, stuff like that would make sense. Definitely would make sense. Because again, you're still human at the end of the day. You still have that human.
But you also got to take it with some grain of salt because you don't want somebody that's a mass killer.
Correct. That is also correct.
Either. Man, you see Anthony Mackie doing a fight sequence, just tossing people left and right. Then he takes a bullet, up, brushed it off, and now and then. Oh, I love the way that they made it where he put the patch on, and it re-heals his skin or suit, whatever you want to call it, exo suit.
So something bothered me during this part, during certain parts of the movie. Like for example, when he took out the chip, right? The way he was acting was so weird.
Like,
yeah, like it felt like something.
It might have.
That
like
is true.
material, because they try to make it feel as human as they can. Especially like how his hands were naturally human, but his arms were cold and metal.
Yeah.
Like,
but it
wild.
It was weird because like when he was acting as if, like you said, we don't know what it really felt like. But it didn't look visually to us that it would just felt like wires or whatever, like empty space until you got to a certain area.
But a lot of these wires, especially with moving parts and all that, they have some like lubricants and all that around it. So it could have felt real slimy and disgusting.
Probably. Who knows?
But it was cool the way it looked.
Listen, it was like
the visual effects were amazing.
When he moved from when he first took off his shirt and moved from one location and you actually could see through his body head, like that was dope.
I was like, dope. Yo, what did I step into?
That was super dope.
Great. But then, of course, you've seen the bad side of this, having the militia and Russian all them having their robots as well. And them Jones, okay, we just gonna bend down and have the long gun just come out. I'm like,
yeah, and that's another thing. When you as a country create a certain technology for war, another country is going to do the same thing and try to make it better to combat what you already made, and then it's just a pissing match to see who can make the best. The war machine.
It happened with nuclear weapons.
Yeah,
the nuclear arms race. Now we're stuck with a whole bunch of nuclear weapons that in the world, and yet nobody wants to get rid of them.
Exactly, which is ridiculous. And the thing is, and this is what I really liked about the movie, it jump started with action right away.
Oh yeah,
like it took no time.
Yo, that sequence when he was like, "Yep, nope, gotta fire."
It took no time of jumping into action, which was great.
Yeah. But he had the perfect job. I said it. That would have been the only job I'd ever took if I'd go into the military. If I couldn't get that, where I'm not going overseas and fighting in the war, but I can take a drone, fly it overseas from the comfort of a little tin can inside the country. Nope, I'm good.
So you wanted to be a drone pilot?
That'd have been the only
thing.
So
I was in the Air Force, and that's what I was working towards, being a drone pilot. Like, I was in the ROTC in high school. Yeah. And, like, when they was telling us about the situations, I was like, I wouldn't mind going to school and learning being a drone pilot.
And it was funny because I was saying the same thing to my wife. Like, because most of them normally just staying in the United States. And then inside a little tin can, controlling these drones. And then what? He walks right out of the tin can. I'm like, see, there it goes. And would that say Nevada?
I'm not going to call it a tin can. That was a huge-ass building.
I mean, it's more like shipping containers. They're not buildings. They like shipping containers. When it came out of the drone in Nevada.
Oh, yeah. It was... Oh, okay. Now I remember. It was more like a trailer.
Yeah, they like shipping containers size.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, and being millions of miles away.
Yeah, I mean, nothing against those that do go over and serve.
Oh, of course.
Take the front lines.
It's just certain
feel like
things,
I can't risk it as a black man for a country that doesn't even give black men their due.
Not even that, to be honest with you. It's just certain things aren't for certain people.
Yeah, and the fact that if I go over there and lose an arm, I can't even have a drink because I'm not 21, but I was able to go over there and lose an arm.
Let's say 21. You 20?
I'm just saying.
I get what you're saying.
Well, because they try to enlist people at 18.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But this movie, the action was amazing.
Yeah. But one thing that got to me was that wall. I'm like, so they had this big old wire fence. And you think if somebody really wanted to come and destroy that fence and attack y'all, they wasn't going to come through the fence. Just because it's a high fence. I was just like, the fence to me, they made it seem like, okay, that's our safety. Nobody's going to attack us there. I mean, yes, you might have your best chances of surviving because you have fortitude and you have more of your resources right there instead of being out in the open and not known. But
you know what was like, to me, what set this movie off for me? That he explained to him that no matter what you say or do, I can still override you
Yeah.
with the command paradox or whatever the case may be.
But he never had that ability until he made him take out what he thought was just a tracker.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, they had the failsafe. It was a tracker in the
It was also a failsafe. It was
in there. But he kept playing and manipulating him into believing all this to the point where it came to that moment. Okay, I need you to take that out. And once he did that, that was it.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
Which made this movie even more better than what it was, man.
And Anthony Mackie, to me, plays a very good villain as well. Because he comes off as not the villain in this, and then halfway through, he's the villain. But then at the same time, he's still not the villain because what he said was accurate. America does go overseas and fight all these wars and create casualties. And it's just the cost of war. But we destroy other countries and claiming for good to help this country out. But then if we get hit by one of these other countries, we're ready to fight and go to war with everyone.
I agree. He makes some sense, and he said he wanted to destroy the creators, which I'm most likely believing was the people who created him and the other
DC.
Machines and stuff
It's
like
probably
that.
gonna be in DC.
Yeah, so I mean, it made sense. It made sense in a way, man. It was one of those. Do you kill the first person who had, I don't know, HIV?
Yeah.
To stop the virus from ever being like it's one of those philosophical things.
Is killing
do
a small number.
Yeah, it's doing a little evil for the greater
everyone.
good. Yeah, that's basically what it said. Doing a little evil for the greater good. And if
Which
you were
1
put
million
in
to 100 million,
yeah, like would you if you put yourself in that situation, do you think you would be able to do a little evil for the greater good?
But one thing I do want to say about this that really had me like, They didn't really give us the year that this was happening, and I really wanted to know when this happened. Why? Because I want to see how far in the future they wanted to put this and see how long it took for them to have these robots and all.
Gotcha.
And I would love to see them do a sequel or a prequel to go in detail about these robots and all that, and how Anthony Mackie's character was created.
That would be interesting.
Anything else before we close the floor out?
No, definitely give it a watch. It was really good, man. I'm pretty sure that it's one of the, not number one trending on Netflix right now.
Yeah, I mean it's got to be one of the top out of this weekend.
Yep, it's really good.
So there you have it from us. I mean, if you have not watched it yet, or you're debating about what to watch for this weekend, definitely check out Outside the Wire. It is out on Netflix right now, and if you have watched it, let us know your thoughts and opinions on it in the comments below. Did you find it entertaining? Did you enjoy it? Did you not like it? What were your thoughts on Anthony Mackie's character? Let us know, and until next time.